Hey everyone, welcome back to BrowncoatNerd. Today we've got another surplus ammo review for you. Some more Yugoslavian stuff. This time it's the 7.62 by 25 Tokarev round. This stuff was actually made by PPU. This particular ammo is from 1977, and I looked around a little bit online before I made this video. And pretty much, for whatever reason, all that is available right now was all made in 1977. So you can see there, I'm imagining that's some Cyrillic writing on top for PPU, and then the year 1977. Now this ammo is non-magnetic, which is pretty nice, so you can take it to an indoor range. It is corrosive, so definitely keep that in mind. But really, as long as you clean the firearm, right after shooting corrosive ammo, you're really not going to have any issues. I know a lot of people are very wary of using that, but as long as you're one of those people that, clean your gun once you come home, it really shouldn't affect you at all. So just throw that out there. And as you can see, it is a brass case. It's not like a copper wash case or anything like that. It's pretty nice stuff. Now, when I purchased this, a couple websites did kind of talk about this and warn how this will only work in the Yugoslavian M57 Tokarev, and advised specifically against using it in the Romanian Tokarev or the Czech 52. No one mentioned specifically the Polish Tokarev. I would imagine that would be just the same as the Romanian one. But I do have a Polish Tokarev. So that got me very curious as to whether or not this ammo would work in my Radom Tokarev. Also, I just kind of wanted to compare this ammo along with some modern PPU 7.62 by 25. And the results were actually pretty good. First of all, let me backtrack a little bit. The reason that they warned that this ammo won't work in the other Tokarevs is the primer is harder than what you will have on your standard ammunition. And from my understanding, that was so it could be used in the Yugoslavian M56 submachine gun, which was pretty much kind of their copy of the German MP40, but just chambered for 7.62 by 25. So I'm imagining that's an open bolt system. I'm not really 100% sure. But I know in some cases, this isn't the first time that's come up. I know my Polish P64, those are notorious for having a super heavy double action trigger. And the reason for that is, while they did have specific 9x18 Makarov ammo for their pistols and specific 9x18 Makarov ammo for their submachine gun, whatever that was called, they wanted them to still be interchangeable, which makes sense. So if you're ever curious why that double action on your P64 is so freaking stiff, is they needed that heavy spring to be able to puncture the harder primer of their 9x18 Makarov ammo that was used in the submachine gun as well. So as far as my knowledge, I don't believe Yugoslavia made ammo specifically for the pistols and the submachine gun. As you can see there, I believe that basically would just translate to, automatic pistol or automatic loading pistol. So I took these two guns out, and this actually performed really well with this ammunition. I shot one box completely, and then I still have a few rounds in there as well as these guys out here. So I did this over the course of 2 different weekends, and basically I would just shoot 2 magazines out of my M57 with this ammo, and then shoot 2 magazines out of my Polish Tokarev with this ammo, and just kind of alternate and go back and forth. And after 2 weekends and all my ammo, the only issue I had was the Polish Tokarev. I don't know if you'd call it a light strike. It wasn't necessarily a light strike. It just didn't puncture the primer. But then on my second try, it still did not fire. And it was done. So I don't know if it was maybe just, the primer was bad. Because once again, some of these places that are selling this ammo, they kind of mentioned about how if you fire this out of a Romanian, you're more than likely going to have to double strike it before it fires. Whereas I triple striked it, or quadruple striked it with this guy, and that ammo it wasn't going to go. But that was the only time I had any issues with this. And it is worth noting, I know this had nothing to do with it, but my buddy Chuck used to have a Tokarev, and he sold it. Forgot he had these, I think they're Taiwanese reproduction mags, and they actually look really nice. He said they didn't work in his Tokarev, and of course since then he's gotten rid of it. But that malfunction was with one of these mags. Once again, not that that matters. It wasn't like a failure to feed or anything. But just a little footnote, these Taiwanese mags apparently work pretty well, at least in the Polish Tokarevs. So if you've got a Polish Tokarev, you're probably not going to have any issues with it. This guy fired it just fine. It is a 1952 production. You know, I don't know if maybe these had a stiffer spring in them at one point in time. I will say that I know this gun's been refurbished, but it feels a little looser. The springs feel a little more worn to me than they do in this guy. This slide's really easy to rack back. And of course, you know, Zastava may have put a slightly stiffer spring on these as well. There's no telling if they're the exact same, you know, poundage. So just putting that out for you. You know, this ammo might work for you, but just be wary. There are definitely, you know, possible issues with it. What is that's some weird grime. But they just got like a little basic, you know, 3-point crimp on it. And as far as accuracy between this and the new production PPU out of both guns, I really couldn't tell a difference. I did feel like this stuff might have been slightly more accurate. Obviously, you know, even though the other stuff I was shooting was new production PPU, I can almost guarantee you that the powder charge is going to be different. The bullets on these are 85 grain. I shot all of the PPU. Basically, I kept going back and forth between these and the PPU as well. And then I ran out of PPU ammo, and I just kept shooting this stuff. So yeah, I believe I threw away my PPU box. I'm not sure the grain weight of their new production stuff, but you can easily find that out online. So this stuff, the surplus stuff, is 85 grain, just so you know if you're curious. So all in all, this is pretty decent ammo. I feel like if you have an M57, I mean, you just kind of deserve it to buy a box of this stuff. And, you know, I like to have like little things to go along with my collection. And surplus ammo is another great little, you know, addition to that. And the stuff is relatively cheap. Right now, at the time I'm making this video, I think these are going for less than 20 bucks. I think they're around 16 or 18 bucks for a box of 70. And I'm going to have to get another one because I've opened both of these up. Sorry, I didn't do the unboxing here. I believe I actually did the unboxing in the review for my M57. I opened up one of these and then I ordered another box as well. And I'm going to get myself one more box. So just remember, if you do get this stuff, your best chances are going to be with the, you know, Yugoslavian Zastava M57. Make sure you clean it afterwards. The stuff is corrosive. And I'm not sure if Wolf maybe sells like an extra power firing pin spring for the standard Tokarev. I know they do for a lot of other firearms. I would imagine they do, but I'd be very curious, you know, if you do have a Romanian Tokarev that just does not want to shoot this stuff, if you just simply change out your firing pin spring with one of the Wolf ones, if that would be enough extra oomph to puncture that primer and get it firing. And then the last thing I will say, which I had no clue this was going on until I brought the guns home to clean them, and I opened them up, and I was like, who in the hell threw the party in here? This little red seal around the primer is going to end up being confetti all over the inside of your chamber and slide. This crap was everywhere. Even like after I got done cleaning this gun, like I'd still find like little specks of it just, you know, hidden in spots. I thought I just saw a little speck of it. You know, but just, that was kind of annoying, but the ammo is, it's a good price, and seems to be pretty decent ammo. So I can live with a little bit of confetti inside my Tokarev. All right, guys. Well, once again, thank you for watching my video. I appreciate everyone who has either liked or subscribed my channel. I even appreciate to those who dislike my videos. You know who you are. All right, guys. Have a great one and stay shiny.